If leads ghost you, it's not them, it's actually what I'm about to explain to you in this actual video. Disappearing leads are usually system failure, not people's actual problem. If you're a coach, consultant, agency owner, or even service provider, this video is 100% for you. If your leads are currently ghosting, you maybe have a great system, they book in a call, they all seems perfect, but then you can't find really the reason why they're not showing up on actual call. Okay, so in this video, I will break down the entire frameworks, the structure, and the infrastructure behind the actual business of why this actually is happening. So this will not happen to you and you can actually avoid this happening to you. Okay, so what you will learn and why this is so important to you. By the end of this training, you will understand a couple things. So watch this till the end. Why leads ghost even when they seem interested? The most common but invisible mistake businesses make before the actual call. Number 3, where ghosting actually starts in your actual system. How to diagnose the exact reason leads disappear. And number 5, what to fix so leads either move forward or disqualify themselves cleanly. So this matters because ghosting is one of the most misunderstood problems in actual businesses. Okay, most people try to fix it with more follow-ups. Like they maybe don't have a good show up rate. They said, hey, we're gonna increase the follow-ups. Let's just do more follow-ups, and guess what? Even we can take it farther. We can get appointment setter, and if that doesn't do, we get 2 appointment setters, and we're gonna do a lot of workflows so we can just like hacky the shit out of that actual prospect, right? So we're gonna do like a message confirmation, after 3 hours another message, like the 24 hours later another message, 48 hours another message. We're gonna appointment setters are gonna be calling everybody just to make sure that they show up, right? Even better scripts or more urgency. But that's not the real problem. That's just actual symptoms, right? This training will show you the actual root cause of the actual problem. Okay, so if you have been thinking that the problem is more follow-ups, better scripts, and more urgency, these are just symptoms, and you already are shooting yourself in the foot by thinking that. That's why I need you to watch this video to the end so you can actually avoid this, okay? And here's a story that explains the problem perfectly. I once worked with an actual business coach, an owner, who told me our leads are really good. I remember he told me like the leads are good, they're qualified, they book all the calls, but half of them somehow disappeared, right? So I think he had like 30 calls a month booked and only about 9 people showed up, or like 10 people showed up maybe, right? So no shows, ghosted messages, like he did a lot of messages as well. He would actually send personal messages, ghosted messages, silence after interest. Their instinct was normal, right? We needed better follow-ups. So he wanted better follow-up sequences. He wanted to go to active campaign, got active campaign, send out better emails, better messages, all the good stuff, right? But the leads weren't confused, they weren't flaky, they weren't disrespectful, right? They were uncertain. The buyers were actually confused, and this is what made the actual problem in the first place. And uncertainty always leads to avoidance. People don't ghost because they don't care. They ghost because they don't feel safe moving forward. So the core truth, and this has changed everything, and this is why you're here. Ghosting is not a behavioral problem, it's a failure of actual clarity. When you don't understand the next steps, or you can't see the next steps forward, and you can't see how this is working out for you, you're not gonna take action, okay? It's the same as if I tell you, hey, let's go somewhere. And you say, where are we gonna go? And I'm uncertain of where we're gonna go, what we're gonna do. It may be I say, hey, let's go for adventure, but just because you don't know what we're gonna do, where we're gonna go, how long we're gonna go for, what do you need to take with you, by not knowing this, you're really uncertain, and without that clarity, you maybe will actually disengage and disagree, and you will fail to actually follow me, okay? And in that reason, it's the same with actual clients as well. If you are trying to guide a client to a call, right, and you are misleading them in a way that they are not really certain and clear and don't have a full clarity of why they should follow you, why they should show up on a call, they more likely will just disappear because there's no clarity. They don't understand the reason and the value why they should do it. Okay, so ghosting is not behavior, it's a failure of clarity. Leads disappear when expectations are unclear, the decisions feel risky, the next step doesn't feel obvious. When people feel clarity, they act. When they feel pressure, they usually will disappear. So what most people get wrong about ghosting? Most businesses assume if they were serious, they would actually show up. That's wrong. Serious people ghost at all the time as well. When the system creates friction, Ghosting usually means they don't fully understand what's next, they're unsure if this is for them, they don't feel confident saying no to you, the decision feels heavier than actually expected. And ghosting is often a polite way of saying, kind of, I'm not interested, right? So, not in a disrespectful way, but in a polite way of saying, like, I'm not interested, I'm just not going to answer. So, where ghosting actually starts? Ghosting does not start at the follow up stages, okay, where most business owners think. I used to think that for years as well, that, hey, I need more follow up messages. It's much earlier than that, usually in one of four places, right? So these are the four layer diagnosis of ghosting. So the first layer is demand. Wrong people are actually entering inside of your actual funnel. If leads ghost often, the first question is, should they have been there at all in the first place? Okay. Common demand problems: vague messaging, broad promises, curiosity based hooks with no actual filtering. If your message attracts maybe people, browsers, tire kickers, people just exploring, or people just wanting to get more information, ghosting will be at its all-time high. Good systems repel early, bad systems delay the actual rejection. Okay. The layer two is conversion. Too many decisions too fast, right? Ghosting increases when people book calls before understanding the entire process of what the call is, what you're going to be discussing on call, what's going to happen, and why should they book in the call, right? It's like literally saying, like, let me take you to some place, close your eyes, and I want you to just barely trust me, and you don't even know this person, okay? And then the question is, would you trust somebody you never met inside of you, like never met in your life? And would you trust them to put a blindfold on you and walk you somewhere? And the answer is probably no, okay? So ghosting increases when people book calls before understanding the process. Calls feel like sales calls instead of diagnosis. Expectations are not set. If the lead thinks, I will just see what this is about, and you think this is serious conversation, it's already a mismatch that creates avoidance, okay? People ghost when reality feels heavier than actually expected. So the layer three, framing. Unclear value and role confusion. Many leads ghost because they don't know what the call is actually for, what their role is in the decision, and what happens if this is not a great fit. When everything feels open-ended, people escape. Clarity feels safe, ambiguity feels risky. So layer number four is feedback, and this is what most business owners actually don't have. They don't have real raw data to base their decisions, so they don't even know why they left, right? Most businesses don't track where the leads drop, where they actually disengage, what signals appear before actual ghosting. So they guess. Guessing leads to more messages, more pressure, and more chasing, which increases ghosting even more. The big mistake that causes most ghosting, I wanted to tell you something really serious here, okay? The biggest mistake that causes most ghosting is when people are trying to kind of pressurize the other person to show up on a call. And sometimes we may not notice this in a couple ways. Like I did this many times, was that I would I would have a calendar link and I would set so many reminders, right? So many reminders. I would have like 10 reminders for the call, and I thought, hey, I'm doing a good thing because I will remind the client to show up on a call. But what I actually was doing, I was scaring the client away because I was pressurizing them to actually come into the call without them having a clear understanding of what the call is even about. So I didn't explain what the call was about. I would just have like an ad, they would book in a call, and I would just hacky them out of their like way just with actual follow-up messages. And that would add so much pressure without actually me realizing that what I'm doing, I'm sabotaging them to actually show up on the call. Okay, so so here it is clearly. You're trying to move people forward before they are ready to actually decide. When people feel rushed internally and or pressurized, like with a lot of follow-up messages, even without external pressure, they retreat. Not because they are weak, because they are human and because we all are human, okay? A simple framework that fixes this is this. Use this decision flow. So step one, filter before you actually follow up. Your system should answer who is this for and who is this not for before the call is actually booked. Step two, set expectations early. Like every lead should know what the call is, what it is not, and what decisions will be made on that call. no surprises. Like, you don't want to get somebody on the call and then suddenly they need to make decisions that they didn't even know they will have to make. Okay. Step 3, remove the need to ghost. Tell them explicitly, if this isn't a fit, that's okay, right? If this is not a fit, I will let you know. Simple. When people are given permission to say no, they stop disappearing. Okay, if this is not a great fit, we will let you know. If this is not a great fit for you, just let me know. Why chasing leads makes it even worse. Chasing feels proactive, but it signals uncertainty. It also signals weakness in the market. When you are trying to really chase somebody, it shows a lot of weakness inside of you as well, right? Strong systems don't chase, they clarify. If ghosting is high, slow down, look upstream, and improve the actual qualification process itself. Pressure is not the actual fix, structure is. Because it usually comes down to your structures, because how people move through your funnels, through your systems, through your business is the way they actually engage with your business. Okay? And if there is not a good way for them to move through and you don't have a clear structure and clear guidance, they're more likely to start to go the other way. So, a simple mental model to remember. People don't ghost clarity, they ghost confusion. They ghost pressure, they ghost decisions they don't feel ready to actually make. So, what to fix first? If leads ghost you, start here. Tighten your actual messaging, clarify who should not book the call, set expectations before the call, make no fit outcomes safe, and track where disengagement actually starts. Do not start with follow-ups. That's the last step, okay? First, fix all of this. Once you have fixed all of this, then you can get into the follow-ups. Follow-ups are important, but only when you have this actually fixed. So the wisdom most people actually miss. Ghosting is a feedback, okay? Not rejection, not disrespect to you. It's just providing actual feedback loop to you. Feedback that your system is unclear at some point. Businesses that scale don't eliminate ghosting entirely. They reduce it, understand it, and design around it. Like, every business will have something that people ghost them or don't show up. So how to reframe this? If leads ghost you, it's not because people are bad, it's because your system is asking them to make decisions they don't fully understand yet or don't want to commit to. Fix the clarity, fix the flow, and fix the expectations. And ghosting turns into one of two things: clean disqualification or confident commitment. Both are wins to you. Even if people disqualify themselves and don't show up, it's much better because you didn't waste your energy and your actual time on them. So, how to use this today? I want you to ask yourself one simple question: where does confusion enter my system? Once you understand, like, where does the actual client is confused, like, try to step inside of their actual shoes. If you are the client going through your system, where would you be actually confused? Okay. Once you fix that, everything will get much easier and you will start to seeing better show up rates as well. Okay. Now, if you really enjoyed this video, this really helped you, please subscribe to my channel. Comment down below as well if you need any extra additional help. This will help me with the actual algorithm as well. And if you are in the place where you need systems in place and you're really trying to figure this all out, we are more than happy to actually help you. All you need to do is schedule an audit diagnosis call, which is down in the description. There's a link. We will jump on a call with you, walk you through your all systems that you have currently inside of your business, kind of look at every single system that you have and give you advice on what can actually be done much better, what needs to be set in your side of your business so you actually can scale your business. And if you really want, we can also show you what a system installed inside of your business would actually look like. If that sounds all interesting, there's a link down below in the description. Otherwise, please subscribe to the channel. You will help me with our algorithm, and also you're going to help me to get this content out to more people that actually need it. And comment down below if there's anything actually I can help you with. Okay, so now the most important thing is you actually implement what you have learned today.